Other interesting cultural news, you have Vince McMahon planning to sell $700 million of TKO stock, which is a new publicly traded company, which is the entity combining the WWE and the UFC, which I still found fascinating in and of itself when the WWE, spoiler alert, again, cover your ears if you're a child, but it's basically the orchestra for guys. Like, it's all written and scripted. It's fake. Don't get me wrong, it's an entertainment product. It's many people find it extremely entertaining and hilarious, and it is quite entertaining, especially to see some of the old scripts that The Rock would speak out on, and some of the things that The Rock would say back in the day. I say back in the day, it's probably the 90s, but the things he would say then, and then now, I mean, he would be canceled in a New York Minute, and of course, The Rock, also known as Dwayne Johnson, he's very much politically speaking more left because he's in Hollywood, and if he were to say those things now, he would never be in another movie again. So it is quite entertaining to see those clips kind of resurface every couple months. Now, it looks like Vince McMahon, of course, or not, of course, if you're not really a big fan, you haven't tuned in, he was one of the former CEOs of WWE, and he's intending to specifically sell 8.4 million shares of common A-class stock in TKO holding groups, which was also engineered by Endeavor, who was the owner of the UFC, and that would be with the current price that he was selling at $79.80 per share, making the stock value worth around $670.3 million, and he will receive all the net proceedings from the offerings. So, I was going to say, I can't imagine. Oh, unfortunately, the government's going to steal more than half of it. So, again, and I forget if he lives, depending on what state he lives in, they're going to steal another 10% maybe. So, it sounds like a lot of money. And don't get me wrong, $300 million is still more money than we could possibly fathom. But still, it is kind of disappointing when you think, oh yeah, taxes. He built that business from basically nothing, and the government wins every time. Now, they know that TKO said it would repurchase approximately 100 million shares of its Class A common stock from the underwriters in a stock sale by McMahon. McMahon, who is the sole executive and chairman of TKO Group, owned 16.4% of the economic interest in TKO when the deal formed the company, closing in September. McMahon stepped down from the WWE's chief executive in 2022 amid a company investigation on the board into alleged hush money payments to women, accusing him of misconduct, sexually specific. And he noted that McMahon returned to the company in January 2023 as executive chairman to head up the efforts to sell the WWE, which of course eventually they successfully did in the end. So it'll be interesting to see. That is a huge sale of the stock, and depending on how big those sales are, that could negatively impact the stock. So I'm curious what's the market cap of TKO. It's still not, that's not even 10% of stock. So the TKO, the market cap currently as of this recording is $13.72 billion, which is quite a pretty penny. Now, granted, they're still not doing great. The 6-month trend, so in the past 6 months, it's lost 22% of its value. Now, granted, they also did an IPO at $100, and one of the issues with IPOs or initial public offerings is, not all the time, but many times they're initially sold for more than what the market values them at. So they IPO'd at about $100.11 per share, and then it went down as a lot of people sold. So you usually want to give it a little time to even out, so to say. And of course, they did have the brilliant idea to take $100 million from Bud Light to have them be the exclusive sponsor of the UFC, which began a boycott in and of itself, which may explain why, in the past last week they were down about 7%. 1 month they're down 3%. So again, it'll be interesting to see how many people actually cancel their subscriptions. But, I mean, Vince McMahon, if you're a fan of WWE, he is the man, the myth, the legend. He built it with his blood, sweat, and tears with his family. And I wonder, this nostalgia, how many people will miss him as he is selling it so much, and most likely it looks like he's going to be stepping away. Let me know in the comments. It'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of November. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, any critique, even if it's harsh feedback, is greatly appreciated in the comment section, because that's how I help grow and develop and improve the product for everyone. And I hope to make a great show, have everyone have a good time. Also, lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.